Yeah, I'll just put the.
So hi everyone, and a very very warm welcome. First of all, to Nina. Nina is our author from the book Just a Miracle, and we have with us two readers today. Warm welcome, Shobha and Group Captain Ramesh Sukumaran. How are you both?
Oh, we are fine. Thank you.
I'm very happy to be here. Very happy to be seeing Nina and you, both of you.
How nice. Okay, so let's get started with the book we're going to talk about. The book by Nina George is called Just a Miracle, and it's her own personal story where she talks about her tryst with infertility. So let's start with you, Shobha. Shobha's background, I must tell all of you, is she's got her economics from Delhi University, and she's taught economics in high school for over 20 years, mainly in Carmel Convent. That's amazing. And you love reading and gardening. And Group Captain Ramesh, you have been 30 years a fighter pilot. That's amazing. And now 15 years in civil aviation. Great. You're also a reader and a blogger, the right people to be with us today. So let's start by asking you, how did you enjoy the book? And what would you like to share with us? Shobha, ladies first.
Yeah. See, when I first met Nina, at that time I already had a baby and I was older than her. And imagine since then we have had an association, and I was so excited about this book. I was, if this Omicron wasn't there, I would have gone for all the way from Kochi, I would have gone for the inauguration also. And at that time, probably I was so involved with my baby, and we are from the Air Force, so I was so involved with getting to know the Navy. So what is amazing is at that time, Nina never gave an indication about what she was going through. All I remember very clearly is her opening her door. I was her neighbor. She used to open her door when I ring the bell, and that smiling face used to be there. And the house was spotless. Things were so beautifully done. She was such a great cook. And it never struck me. Probably I didn't look at her carefully enough or whatever. And we were good friends then. She had her own friends, of course. But what is amazing is now that I'm reading when I read the book, I realized what she was going through. And she never gave an indication. What an amazing lady. And that is why that book is so special, because when I was reading, I couldn't put it down because I wanted to know I knew her then, but didn't know what she was going through. And she used to go to the hospital, etc. And she has in that book explained so honestly and in such simple words what it was to go through life as a person who's branded as infertile, whatever that means. It means nothing to me, because it's just something which happens to your body. And I too went through that for about 8 years. I had a baby after 8 years, but fortunately, I never probably faced all this. And so she took the step of writing about it so that others can benefit. And this is a book which, you can actually divide the population into two. One half, it gives something for people who are infertile. Okay, what it means, how they can handle the situation. Not only does she mention the problem, she's also mentioning how to face it. That is what is so great about this book, which is a topic which most people nobody has written about. At least I have not come across anything which deals with this particular problem. Other half of population which is not having a problem, this book has something for them too. Like me, learn to look at people, try to understand what people are going through, and also adjust your mind. It tells you to adjust your mind so that you know how to deal with different people's problem. Don't come to some preconceived notions and deal with you have to realize that you may be being very mean without realizing it. So I
Thank
think it
you,
has something
Shobha. Yeah, I like the things that you talked about in terms of Nina as a person, and the fact that the book itself is not only telling a story but also giving us lessons. As a woman, you could still connect with it. I'm very interested in knowing how Group Captain Ramesh felt on reading a book which typically deals with a subject that not many men would at least be talking about. Ramesh, over to you.
Oh, hi. Actually, I was posted to the Navy on secondment from the Air Force, basically to teach naval pilots air combat. I'm an air combat instructor. So Goa was new to us. Actually, our daughter Tanika, we call her Tanu, she was born, and I wasn't there when she was born. that had, she was about 6 months old when we reached Goa. So I was still in an Air Force station near Ludhiana at the time that this happened. Then I saw her when she was about 2 months old. And when I was on leave, the posting to the Navy came. So it was quite interesting because it was an inter-service project. And so I landed up in Goa, hardly knowing anyone. We quickly got a quarter and we were right next door to Georgie and Nina. So they were a very cheerful couple. Of course, they had no kids then and we had no inkling of the kind of issues that they were going through at the moment. And frankly, we had also been through something similar, 8 years without a kid. But it didn't oppress us to that extent. I mean, as I later realized after reading Nina's book. And we had no clue what was happening over there, but they were both very cheerful. And it was very nice to have the friendly neighbors. We also made friends with their group of youngsters, much junior to us, or younger to us, actually. And some of them are still good friends. So we, in fact, resumed contact after many years. And then Georgie told me that Nina has written this book and have a look at it. In fact, she called us to the reading and all that, but obviously we were not able to attend that particular day. Something else intervened. But reading the book, what I'm amazed at is the clarity with which she has put down whatever she felt, the struggles she went through, of which, like I said, we had no inkling whatsoever, and how she managed to overcome each of these things, the psychological impact of whatever people were saying. And I suppose people can be quite cruel and cutting when these issues come up. We are still a fairly primitive society in those terms because childbirth is considered to be the hallmark of womanhood or whatever. I mean, it may not be like that, but that is the way it is for a large section of people. So reading all this and finding out that she actually went through all this herself, managed to rise above it, and the kind of support Georgie gave her, that was very illuminating. So the book has a lot of pointers on how to deal with this kind of situation, whether it is positive or not. That means if the end result is successful, like in her case it was, and you have Arpit as a result. But even otherwise, I think she would have handled it even in case it had not been successful, because she has built up the mental strength to do it with the support Georgie has. So it's very nice to read it, and I've recommended it to a few of my friends who also bought it.
Yeah. So thank you, Ramesh and Shobha, for sharing your thoughts on the book. Both of you have shared your thoughts on them as people and on their journey. Since you also had a kind of start to your life with a similar issue, did you find it relatable, the emotions, the psychology, or even the way in which Nina has described it? Or was there something very unique that you saw in it? Shobha, you want to start?
See, if you get me started now, I can keep talking about Nina's book for hours.
Please
I
do.
was so
Please
engrossed
do.
in it.
Today you are here for that only.
Nay, that I see. I think she went through much more than me. I don't think I went through half what she had to face, and I don't know whether I would have done it as beautifully as she did. That is why this book is so good for all kinds of people, different types of people. So I could relate with the book to some extent, and more I could relate to it because she was a person. She is a person I know, and it was amazing reading about what she went through, which I didn't realize she was going through. So to some extent I can relate, but I didn't go through half the things she had to face with society.
What about the whole emotion of, going through a time in your life when you're very young and kind of vulnerable, and people probably are not available as a support system? I think that must be something which
that she explains that so well about, her support was mainly Georgie and her mother-in-law also, which is, I think all mother-in-laws should read that book. And and that was her main support, because she had friends whom she could have probably spoken to, but probably society had conditioned her not to talk about it. It was something unconsciously or consciously she felt this is something I should not talk about. But there were people like old ladies in her hometown who were willing to pass some comments, and it was always a negative comment. So that again, so all those people should also be reading this book in how to deal with it and what it actually is. So
Nina,
that is
she said something very interesting. She said that maybe she was conditioned not to discuss. Would you like to comment on that, Nina?
Yeah, I think when I met them, I had got into a beautiful phase of acceptance. that, okay, this is a reality in my life, so might as well live with it. And when they came into my house, I've written in the book too, when they came into, and those days, again, it is a conditioning of my mind that I would never hold anybody's child. I would never carry anybody's child. The very thought of being, maybe the mothers wouldn't like me carrying their child. It is my conditioning. Nobody has told me. Okay. So now, for me, when they came and their little daughter, a bubbly little child, and then they said that we had this child after 8 years. Oh, I thought, my God, wow, what a great chance for me to hold a child, because they had this child after 8 years. So I was more than willing to play with, when those days, I think we used to call her Kunyi, right? You
Yeah,
remember?
Kunyi.
Yeah, so for
And she would go to Nina, but not to my husband.
yeah, there are so many times that, Captain Ramesh, that time he was coordinator Sukumar, and isn't it? I think he was a coordinator
Yeah,
when
correct.
he came to the. So, and I remember him coming to me and giving this child and saying, "Mother has gone somewhere and she's not stopping. She's crying like anything. You hold her and you pacify her." Like that. And then, so for me, it was like, it was great, always carrying Tanu and playing around with her and all that. But again, like the not telling people, I think I got into a state of that acceptance so well that I didn't think that it was something to be told to people and complain about. This was part of my life. It was going on. It was going on. I think by that time I'd really gone into that acceptance that, okay, it's a reality. So now live with it. One part
That
of
is one good, great takeaway for all the people, Nina.
yeah, it was. I mean, even my own parents keep asking me, like, how did you get into such a great acceptance by that time? I said, then what do you do? Like, if it's a reality. Now you can't get out of that situation, right? I mean, if it has to get out, it has to take time. It has to, again, like, this journey of mine taught me to have patience, and patience with the right attitude. Just not patience. Patience, all of us say that, okay, we are patient enough and all that, but patience with the right attitude. My right attitude was, there will be a day when I'll have a child, or there will be a day when I'll be out of it problem. So wait for that day patiently.
Yeah.
So that is what it taught me. So I think probably that's phase of my life is what prevented me from sharing with all of them, okay, I'm going through the. But definitely, Shobha would have known that I go to the hospitals and come back. That's how she would have known, because
I knew she was doing all that, but I didn't know the mental. She never stopped
Yeah.
smiling. So
So another thing the book does is sensitizing society. And Ramesh said we are quite a primitive society in that way. I think one of you said that. So how do you think a book like Nina's would actually help a kind of a emotional revolution where we are not secretive, plus we are also sensitive to people who are going through it? Would you like to comment on that? Ramesh, you want to start about the
Okay,
sensitization? Which
I'm not really an expert in that, but I would suspect that despite education, because education really, to my mind, in India, it is really about literacy. So you find you cannot really judge people by class. You might find that people in the low classes are more accepting of this, and supposedly educated people and of a higher social status might not be as accepting, because like talking about the comments that she received from people in her family group, very unkind comments regarding infertility and all that. So basically, you need a societal change kind of thing, because this is basically what causes female infanticide and stuff like that, because these are all linked issues.
Yes.
That means producing a child, okay, you produced a child, but it's a girl. So we have lots of issues to resolve in our society. So that is part of it. So I think it will go some way towards sorting out these issues.
also,
it
it's a subject, it's a topic. Shobha, I think I would like it if you comment on this. This is a topic which people don't generally talk about even otherwise. It's a topic which is always under wraps. It's hush hush. Do you think it's important to talk about it?
yeah, of course. That's what Nina says in her book also. That, like I said, this book is for almost the whole population, because one half, which is infertile, will find her telling you how to deal with it, what are the feelings you might go through, and how to deal with it. The solution: have faith, have patience, keep smiling, and finally acceptance will come. Then it has something for the other group which is not having a issue. they have to realize that there are people having issues which are no fault of their own. So how can one give support and, help out? And thirdly, Georgie. Now, that book actually is for all the men. I hope a large number of men read this book, because any family issue, like Nina says, cannot be sorted out until there is a supportive male member in the family, especially the husband. Now, Nina's half the problem was she was able to sort out through picnics, get-togethers, cooking for him, and he was always there supporting her. So how important the husband is, I think our society needs to know, and that comes through in this book.
Yeah, very well said. Very well said. So the support system, I think the word support system keeps coming back. In her case, you were friends. She had a wonderful, spouse and all of that. There are many people who don't have that. And the book tells you to be mentally strong, but also to be supportive to others. Nina, when you had a support system which created a kind of a happy environment, your heart must be going out to those who don't have that, right? So was that an aim to reach out to people who will not have the fortune of having a support system around them?
Of course, because the support of George, especially my in-laws, especially my mother-in-law, support of George kept me going, kept me living actually. Okay, like he was one person who wouldn't complain for any of the hospital visits or anything and everything. And more than anything, I was just telling recently someone, people say I'm very talented. I'm talented because somebody was there to appreciate what I did. If George didn't give me appreciation, I wouldn't have done a second piece. Definitely not. So he was supporting in every way. And of course, friends like the younger group that we had, friends like both of them, like they were all great. Great. It was like a balm for me always. I knew, okay, weekends means I was with all of them. So I didn't have any time to keep on, whining about it. Definitely not. And my heart really goes out to the people who don't have support. So this book aims at telling people, if you find anyone in any difficult situation, forget infertility, not only infertility, any difficult situation, people who are going through divorces or people who are going through depression, a number of things that we can say. Recently, somebody told me, even people who got some terminal illness. So for all that, I feel this book is going to tell them the support system, the relatives or the immediate friends and family members, be there for them. You don't have to go and tell them in many words that, okay, I am there for you, be there. No, you have to just be there. Even your touch of yours would give them support. You have to just be there for them. Like, see, for both of them, they wouldn't even think that I went through that, but then they don't know the amount of support they gave me. How? By smiling, by talking. So that is enough for the people going through issues. So this book is meant for all that. When I tell them that have friends, that means even friends can be a great support. They don't have to be talking about the same subject at all.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of focus on mental health, emotional health and mental health. I think that's objective also, and it's been fulfilled. Shobha, back to you. Do you feel like this kind of, these are issues which create stress or, emotional issues in both men and women, and Nina has addressed that. Would you like to comment on that?
Definitely. That is what I said earlier also, the kind of support George gave. I don't think many women, especially in rural areas, I don't know, not only rural areas, even in urban areas, of course, they don't realize that a marriage requires both of them to support each other. Otherwise, you cannot go get over issues. Here, generally, you have a man beating up a woman and saying, you have this or that. That's what you read about in many cases. So all that can be avoided. Many of those issues can be avoided. And for a marriage to go forward, if both understand and support each other like George and Nina did. And Nina explains that also, how various things she did for him and he appreciated it. And he went, supported her in the hospital. Only if the couples realize this, they would get over many problems, the dowry problem, or be it just, violence at home, any other such infertility or any such issues. It's so important for that mutual support and understanding. And
also
probably
men,
mothers to condition their sons.
Yes, because men also go through. See, while we are talking about the book, even Nina and I were having this conversation. It's not like men don't go through their own emotional struggles.
Yeah.
Being a man in many ways means you have to be strong. You know,
Absolutely.
women can be vulnerable, men have to be strong. So I think the book tries to, like I said, by normalizing some of these tough situations, it's also allowing you to think and reflect on it. Ramesh, any comments about whether, men will probably relate to this book? Would you like to comment on that part?
I'll just make one remark, one add to what you said
Yeah,
just now.
yeah,
See,
yeah.
a man has to handle his job as well as the family. See, so it is definitely more stressful. That's what Nina explains. He used to go for
Yes.
his work, he used to go for his TV,
Yes.
but
Yes.
he was able to handle it because she supported him and he supported her.
So it's a two-way. It's a two-way.
Mutual.
Yes.
If I might add, now with the COVID pandemic, which has been on for the last 2 years or so, many people have lost their jobs. And this is imposing a lot of stress, and mental health issues are coming to the fore, especially with people who have lost their jobs. Maybe both husband and wife are working, maybe both are out of a job. So how do you raise a family in those circumstances? How do you manage? So that is a major issue. And obviously stress is coming out in lots of ways. So if you have what do you call it,
Faith
some
in
kind of
God.
workshop on things like this, probably it
Oh,
will help.
yes.
Stories like
Yes.
this definitely help people to overcome these issues. Because
Yes,
finally
very well
it has
said.
to lies with you. The solution is with you, not with anybody
Yeah,
outside.
it's all in the mind, like Nina
All in the
said
mind.
in the book.
All in the mind. Like,
Faith,
I mean,
faith, have faith in God and yourself.
I would like to add something here. A friend of mine recently told me that he picked up this book because of the very fact that I was author. A friend being the author, he picked up the book. So he was telling me that, and he has been having a very difficult marriage over the years. And always he's been complaining about the wife, always. So recently he was telling me that, Nina, after I read your book, the first thought that came to my mind is, I put myself in George's shoes. And I started thinking, would I have behaved the same way? And then I understood who was a contributor to the failure of my marriage. So this is something which I thought, it is not only for an infertile couple, it's for everybody. The book is for everybody. And that's an evidence.
Yeah.
Yes.
So relationship
absolutely.
skills. So there is
Yeah.
there are two, three things that come out. One is, of course, that you chose to use your own life as the story.
Yeah.
Both, I think, Shobha and Ramesh, even after knowing you closely, got a peek into your thought process, into some very personal moments which people wouldn't normally share. So you use that to bring out, I think, both the relationship part, the emotional
Yes.
part, and of course the infertility.
Like,
Right?
I mean, if you ask me, Meenakshi, anybody reading this book would understand that how to stay strong as a couple. Like, I could be
Yes.
so strong, like, when people say that I'm very strong and very courageous, it's because of George. And if he had not supported me, I wouldn't have been half this courageous. I don't think the book would have come out only.
Yeah, she explains. I remember that part which touched me in your book, Nina, where
Yeah.
you say you used to cry, but when it was time for him to come, you were ready with the hot food
Yes,
and you
yes.
used to wipe your tears, and there was a smile
Yeah,
on your face when you
yeah.
opened the book.
Because I used to feel that,
That touched me.
yeah, the thought that used to come to me, my mind was George coming back after a hard day's work. And if I keep crying, I mean, it would be difficult for anybody to take. No, and who would like to come to a house where somebody's crying always? So I thought the best thing I could do is like be happy and make what he likes and sit there. And again, Shobha,
That's
like
so
for me,
sweet.
like if I was whining and crying when I met you and those days, I'm sure we wouldn't have had such great memories about each other.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have had.
Yeah.
I
absolutely.
really like what Ramesh
And he
just
used
said,
to
that
come to the hospital. You've written that also. It can't have been very pleasant for him.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So, Ramesh said something very interesting, that workshops of the nature in which you have, put the learnings would be very useful for people when they're going through this kind of a crisis. Like the pandemic is a very strange situation to be in. So there's a lot of mental and emotional health. Nina, how do you correlate your own struggles with what a lot of people are going through, even when they are in a marriage or they're just struggling with, not having the support system which they are used to? What is the kind of, relevance of the book?
See, I mean, personally, for me, infertility is just one issue that a person faces in their lifetime. It is like any other issue. It is not, infertility is not, okay, my God, infertility. It's not that. I have told about infertility because that's the only thing that I faced in my life. So I put across that. So any issue that people face, I mean, like in pandemic, losing a job, it's also a big issue that they face. And because of that, a lot of mental stress. So all these things can be handled with this book, because even if the problems are different, the solutions are all the very same, isn't it? Let it be. You let things be like that and you wait for it, or you be patient enough. The solutions are all the same. There are no different solutions for any of these things. Not that there is a different solution for infertility and different solution for depression. No, solutions are all the same. And it's everything is in your mind. It's all up there. And it is you who decide what to do and what not to do. And you create your own barrier many times, isn't it? Like I've told many times that people would have been ready to help me, but I created my own barrier, thinking that, I mean, if I tell them whatever they think, it's all my own thinking, not anybody's. So, I
I think
mean,
there's a lot of honesty. There's a lot of honesty. And at the end of it, like you said very rightly, that we have to be ready to talk about things that matter, whatever matters to you. We are not talking about it, but we need to talk. And I think the fact that all of us are talking about it itself is something which will create some kind of a change in society also. So Neena, the mental health aspect that you took up and the medical part which you took up, how difficult was it for you to do research, or was the research already in your head and you just kind of put it out there? Because there's a lot of work that has gone into the medical part also.
I don't think I've referred too much anywhere, because these are all the things that the experiences for me over the years. And because I've got into some counseling courses and things like that, so insights from that also. But otherwise, generally, I've not gone and referred too much anywhere. The medical part of it, everything that I underwent is written there. And the mental part of it is like, of course, it was not very easy to write the mental struggles, because initially I thought, should I write about it? The next thought was, if I don't write about it, like, how will people get to know what I'm writing? How will people get to know what I want to put across? So only writing about my infertility doesn't make any sense. At least according to me, wouldn't make any sense. Telling them about my emotional struggles and how I came out of it, mental struggles. So that will relate to many people. That's what I thought. And it didn't
That's true.
Involve more research as such.
Right. Yeah. Shobha, you want to say something about that? Because there's a lot of faith. I mean, at the end of it, Neena exhibits a lot of strength of character and faith. Shobha, you want to comment on that because you know her as a person?
Definitely. The whole thing, she was able to come out of the whole thing just because of her faith in God and how she fought the demons in her head and came to trust herself and have faith in herself. And her doctors, that is also important. She had faith in her doctors also. She went and did whatever they said, though it was painful. So I think it will help a lot of women who are probably going through a similar situation. They'll be able to relate to these feelings she has put down. Mental issues, which she said she had doubts whether she should explain. I think it's a good thing she put it down, because many people who read it will be able to relate and hence try to get out of it following the path which she did. Faith in God, faith in herself. So definitely faith played a big role in her going day by day, go day after day, going through so many laparoscopies and so many pain.
So laparoscopies, I remember after every laparoscopy, if I had to see the result, I had to just look at George. But towards the end,
look at that.
Yeah, but towards the end, I mean, fourth laparoscopy, we had become so immune to the whole thing that it didn't matter to us. The result, whatever the result was, didn't matter to us. And I mean,
and I think that helped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that acceptance helped. That acceptance
Acceptance
helped.
helped a lot, in fact, a lot.
So stress,
Yeah.
I mean, eventually you had a baby and you said it happened at the moment. And I'm pretty sure our, couple today, the readers also agree that once stress is out of your life, good things happen automatically, right? So Nina, thank you not only for writing something which is inspiring, but also for talking about it with us today. Shobha, before we end, I would like both Shobha and Ramesh to comment on one thing which was the most, biggest takeaway or the biggest inspiration that they drew from the book. Shobha, we'll start with you and then go to Ramesh.
Yeah, definitely. Every time I go through, I have various medical issues now, and reading her book. Now, when I have to go to the hospital, I tell myself, think of the number of times Nina went. I have not had to go half that number of times. And secondly, I hope this book gets translated into different languages, because a lot of people who don't read English, I think they are going through this too. Hindi or Malayalam, and people who can't follow English. I really hope someday it comes out in different languages.
I think it is coming out
It's
in
coming
different
out.
languages.
Yeah.
So that's great news. Ramesh, your takeaway or inspiration from the book?
Yeah, basically, she's been unflinchingly honest in her portrayal of her feelings and what happened within the family and outside, the kind of things people said and how she managed to overcome them. It's actually lays it out in great detail. So that kind of honesty is actually, you don't find it, you come across it very often. The other thing is, I also like when you have trouble, one thing I found very useful is biblical saying says, "This too shall pass." That is useful.
Lovely. How beautiful. Nina, isn't it wonderful to have two
Great.
of your friends who have read the book and who have reviewed it so well?
It's
Yeah.
it's really great feeling, especially because I know them so very well, and because we've all spent time together. It's really great. And then this is my whole idea of having conversations with readers who really matter to me. Uh, it gives a feeling that wow, whatever I have written is really worth it, and it's good that I thought of putting it out. And
No, definitely worth it.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a great feeling, definitely.
Thank
Really
you
cool.
so
Thank you,
much,
Nina.
Thank you.
Shobha and Ramesh, for being with us today, and Nina for joining a conversation which is about your book, and all the very best to the book. And thank you once again for being here.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Meenakshi. Thank you,
Thank
Nina.
you.
All the best
Thank
for the
you.
book.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.